Hey guys, the Louis. It's 5 o'clock and Alan is riding his motorcycle in San Francisco. He is riding down Walnut Street and comes to a stoplight. A red Ferrari pulls up next to him. The driver's wearing dark sunglasses. He looks over at Alan. Alan looks at him and realizes that the driver is Tom Cruise. Tom sneers at Alan. He says, "When the light turns green, red race." Alan says, "All right, John." Tom says, "I'm gonna smoke you, Shaka." Alan says, "You wish. I'm gonna beat you and Joshua Atka."
For the race. Let's get started. It was 5 o'clock and Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco.
Oh.
When was Alan riding his motorcycle?
It's 5 o'clock.
Well, at 5 o'clock, right? At 5 o'clock, Alan was riding his motorcycle. Was Alan riding his car?
No.
Or
Riding
was
his
Alan
motorcycle.
riding his motorcycle? Of course, Alan was riding his motorcycle. Where was Alan riding his motorcycle?
Riding his motorcycle in San Francisco.
In San Francisco. Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco. When was he riding?
We're at 5 o'clock.
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco. He was riding down Van Ness Street and came to a stoplight.
Oh.
Who was riding down Van Ness Street?
Alan riding down Walnut Street.
Alan. Alan was riding down Van Ness Street. What was he riding on?
Motorcycle.
On a motorcycle. He was riding on his motorcycle. Was he riding down Market Street?
No.
No, not Market Street. He wasn't riding down Market Street. Was he riding down Lombard Street?
No.
No, he wasn't riding down Lombard Street. He was riding down Van Ness Street.
He's riding down Walnut Street.
When? When was he riding down Van Ness Street?
At 5 o'clock.
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, he was riding down Van Ness Street. Who was riding down Van Ness Street
Alan
at
riding.
5 o'clock?
Alan.
Alan. Alan was riding down Van Ness Street at 5 o'clock. Was he in a truck?
No.
Ew, he wasn't in a truck. He was on his motorcycle. And he came to a stoplight. Did Alan come to a go light?
No.
No. He didn't come to a go light. He came to a stoplight. We never say go light. We only say stoplight. Who came to a stoplight?
Alan came to a stoplight.
Alan, of course. Alan came to a stoplight. What was he on when he came to a stoplight?
At 5 o'clock on
A
Vanna Street.
motorcycle. He was on a motorcycle when he came to a stoplight. Where was the stoplight?
On
Well,
Vanna
on
Street
Van
in San
Ness
Francisco.
Street. The stoplight was on Van Ness Street. Was the stoplight on Embarcadero Street? Or was the stoplight on Van Ness Street?
The stoplight on
Van
Vanna Street.
Ness, of course, Van Ness. The stoplight was on Van Ness Street. Who was at the stoplight?
Alan.
Alan was at the stoplight. Which city was Alan in?
In San Francisco.
San Francisco, of course. Alan was in San Francisco. Where is Van Ness? Well, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco. Of course, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco. Is Van Ness Street in New York? Or is Van Ness Street in San Francisco?
Vanna Street in San Francisco.
Well, of course, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco. Where was Alan riding?
Riding a motorcycle.
He was riding on Van Ness Street in San Francisco. And he came to a stoplight. A red Ferrari pulled up next to him. Did the red Ferrari pull up behind him?
No, he didn't.
No, not behind him. The red Ferrari pulled up next to him. What pulled up next to Alan? A red Ferrari.
A red Ferrari.
A red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan. Did Alan pull up next to a red Ferrari?
No.
No. Alan didn't pull up next to a red Ferrari. A red Ferrari pulled up next to him. Where did the red Ferrari pull up next to Alan?
On
At a stoplight
at the stop.
on Van Ness Street. At a stoplight on Van Ness Street, a red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan. Was Alan in a red Ferrari? No. Alan wasn't in a red Ferrari. He was on a motorcycle. Alan was on a motorcycle. What did the red Ferrari do?
Pulls up next to Alan.
Well, it pulled up next to Alan. The red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan. The driver was wearing dark sunglasses.
Oh.
So, Alan was wearing dark sunglasses.
No.
No, not Alan. Alan wasn't wearing dark sunglasses. Who was wearing dark sunglasses?
Tom Cruise. That's it.
The
Wearing
driver of the Ferrari. The driver of the Ferrari was wearing dark sunglasses, not Alan. The driver looked over at Alan.
Oh.
Did the driver look behind Alan?
No. No.
No. He looked over at Alan. Who looked over at Alan?
Tom look
The
over
driver of the Ferrari looked over at Alan. Did Alan look over at the driver?
No.
Yes, he did. Alan also looked over at the driver.
Yes.
Who was the driver? Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise was the driver. Alan looked over at the driver and realized that the driver was Tom Cruise. Who was the driver of the Ferrari? Tom
Alan.
Cruise. Tom Cruise was the driver of the Ferrari. Who was the motorcycle rider?
Alan.
Alan. Alan was the motorcycle rider. And Tom Cruise was the driver of the Ferrari. Who looked over at Alan? Tom
Tom.
Cruise. Tom Cruise looked over at Alan. What was Tom Cruise wearing?
Dark sunglasses.
Sunglasses. Tom Cruise was wearing dark sunglasses. Was Alan wearing dark sunglasses?
No. No, he did.
No, he wasn't. Alan wasn't wearing dark sunglasses. Tom Cruise was wearing dark sunglasses. And he looked over at Alan. Tom sneered at Alan.
Oh.
Oh no. Did Tom smile?
No.
No, he didn't. Tom didn't smile. He sneered at Alan. Was Tom friendly and nice?
No.
No, he wasn't friendly and nice. He sneered at Alan. Did Alan sneer at Tom Cruise? Or did Tom Cruise sneer at Alan?
Tom Cruise near the Alan.
Well, Tom Cruise sneered at Alan. After he sneered, what did Tom Cruise say?
When the light turned green, let's race.
Well, he said, when the light turns green, let's race. After he sneered at Alan, Tom Cruise said, when the light turns green, let's race.
Let's race.
Did Tom want to race?
No.
Yes, of course. He has a Ferrari. He wanted to race. Alan said, all right, you're on.
Oh.
Did Alan agree to race Tom?
Yes.
Yes, he agreed. He said, you're on. Did Tom say, you're on? No, Tom didn't say, you're on. Alan said, you're on. Alan agreed to race. Who said, you're on?
Alan said, you're on.
Alan. Alan said, you're on. What did Alan agree to do?
When the light turned green, let's race.
To race. Alan agreed to race Tom. He said, you're on. Tom said, I'm gonna smoke you, sucker.
Oh.
Did Tom say he would beat Alan?
No.
Yes, he did. He said, I'm
Yes.
gonna smoke you. I'm gonna beat you. Did Tom say he would win?
No.
Yes, he said he would win. He said, I'm gonna smoke you. Who was Tom gonna smoke?
Alan.
Well, Alan. Tom was gonna smoke Alan. Was Tom gonna smoke Schwarzenegger?
No.
No, no, no. No, Tom wasn't gonna smoke Arnold Schwarzenegger. Tom was gonna smoke Alan. Was Tom gonna smoke Alan at football, soccer?
No.
No. He wasn't gonna smoke Alan at football or soccer. He was gonna smoke Alan in a race.
In the race.
In a race. He was gonna smoke Alan in a race. Was Tom nice and polite?
No. No, it wasn't.
No, he said sucker. He called Alan sucker. Is sucker a nice, polite word? No, it's not. It's not polite. It's not nice. He said, I'm gonna smoke you, sucker. Alan said, you wish. I'm gonna beat you and your sorry ass car.
Ah.
Did Tom have a very, very nice car?
No, he didn't.
No, he did not have a nice car. He had a sorry ass Ferrari. A sorry ass car. What kind of car did Tom have? He had a sorry ass car. Low quality car.